descending from the tribes of Africa, inspired by the great black leaders.
Vainglorious, this is protected by the red, the black, and the green, with a K, zoom.
Dynamic, articulate.
If hip-hop has the ability to corrupt young minds, it also has the ability to uplift them.
Cause I'm seeing bright visions of how we should be living. Unified, strong, making our own decisions. Hip-hop city, higher minds will listen. Some won't get it and find time for dissing. But I always been ahead of the preservation mission. So I always been the head of the preservation mission. And one sure way to preserve what we're spitting. Preserve what we've written. Preserve how we wiggling. Preserve our mixing, our raw sound. It's to finally establish a small hip-hop resort town. A place where artists from all over the earth can come and find peace, can come and spit their verse, can find support of all sorts for arts done for fun. To achieve this hip-hop, we must become one. We must become one.
What's up? You tune in right now with your boy Jay Estate, First World TV, Hip Hop Nation. Let's go.
Our first tribute goes out to the one and only iconic Brother Jules. Brother Jules started spinning at the age of 13. He was still a teenager in the 80s when he played his first set at the one and only First Avenue Main Room. And then he started working as a DJ for KMOJ. Grammy Award and Oscar-winning legend Prince first discovered Brother Jules at the iconic downtown Minneapolis club Glam Slam back in the early 1990s. Prince quickly invited Brother Jules to spin at Paisley Park and would often slip him his latest material to include his DJ sets. Jules would later DJ for 2 years for a club Prince owned in Tokyo. Following Prince's passing in 2016, Jules continued to return to Tokyo and other international stops, including London, to spin special Prince-inspired sets. Jules was honored several times throughout his life for his contributions to music, including receiving a Lifetime Achievement Honor from the Black Music America Awards. Jules was loved and highly respected as a top DJ, production remixer, and musical advisor, not to mention one of my dearest friends. His unexpected December 4th death, he was only the age of 50. Brother Jules was loved and highly respected as a top DJ, production remixer, musical advisor, and one of my dearest friends. He unexpectedly passed away December 4th, 2021, at only age of 50. Big up the one and only Brother Jules.
This is Rastakura, straight out of Jamaica. Whenever time I in Minnesota, I keep it locked to First World TV, Hip Hop Nation. This is Rastakura, Royal African Soldier for life. Hot.
Our next tribute will go out to the one and only Tredis Adams, aka Disco T. Disco T was an implant to the Twin Cities from Chicago in the early 80s. He attended North High School and the KBEM Broadcast Magnet program. As one of the first DJs to have his own mobile equipment, Disco played at neighborhood spots like Northgate Skating Rink, The Way, Phyllis Wheatley, and Oak Park Community Centers. He later played major clubs like Moby Dick's and Jersey's. Disco T was a promotional genius. He once received a ticket from the city of Minneapolis for putting up posters on all the telephone and utility poles in the downtown area. Disco T started rap radio with Yvette on 89.9 KMOJ in the late 90s. He then joined with St. Paul native Dan Speak to form Positive Mood Entertainment. These brothers would do shows out of town in Nebraska and Iowa. Their base was the Red Sea in the West Bank. Dan and Disco went on to form the Soul Technicians along with Smoke D and set up shop at T's Place on Lake Street and had such a successful run. Disco was a stern businessman, owning and operating several retail stores, several houses, and rental properties. He was diagnosed with stage 4 brain cancer over 2 years ago. Disco studied and practiced holistic remedies, procedures to cure himself from cancer, as well as he was able to teach and mentor other brothers and sisters on healthy alternatives. Disco recently passed away. Thank you for all your contributions to the Twin Cities, and big up Smoke D for these words.
Yo, my name is Mo, and when I'm in town, I watch Hip Hop Nation on First World TV. Peace.
Welcome to Hip Hop Nation. My name is Trinny Cee, and today I have special guest in the studio, Edward Lucas Stain.
How you guys doing?
Welcome.
Nice to be here.
Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Of course.
Exciting to have you here. Thank you for coming in. Tell the entire world, who are you and where do you hail from?
Full name, Edward Nehemiah Lucas, and I am from North Minneapolis, Minnesota.
North Side?
Yes,
Big up the
sir.
North Side.
Yes, sir.
We'd be nothing without the North Side.
Know what I mean?
Yeah. What do you do? Like, why are you here today?
I do many things. First off, I am a dancer. Been dancing in the Twin Cities for about 6-7 years now. And I'm also a music producer and an up-and-coming graphic designer as well.
Wow, I didn't know that. Wow. And what type of music do you prefer to dance to?
I preferred KRUMP music, but I dance to all types, you know?
Yeah. KRUMP is KRUMP, in case people don't know.
Yes.
It was an underground form of dance, similar to dancehall, but now
it's worldwide.
It's
worldwide. Taken over
Yeah.
globally. So
they be on Super Bowl stages.
yeah,
and
now
all
they
the-
are. I was super surprised at that. I did not know KRUMP was going to go there.
Yeah.
But it's
that-
all overseas. It's in pretty much in every country in the world. It's crazy.
Yeah. I've had the honor to travel with you guys. Tell us, like, what is KRUMP for people that don't know?
KRUMP is actually the name itself is an acronym. Kingdom Radically Uplifting Mighty Praise. And KRUMP is just it's a freestyle dance, and I say it's very raw, you know, precise. You can't do the dance if it doesn't come from the heart.
For real.
It's not just about like moves, it's about what's behind the moves. KRUMP is also extremely difficult. It was birthed in, I would say, the heart of Mecca. The Mecca of KRUMP, which is California.
Yep.
And creators Tight Eyes and Miho. And obviously, there's other pioneers that also influenced KRUMP as far as like the styles go. But
Yeah.
as far as well-known and the main creators who also like just like thought of the idea in the first place.
Yes.
Tight Eyes and Miho. So.
Yes. And they have just gone to the next level. Again, I've seen
Oh yeah.
within especially the last 3 years, people think COVID, I feel like a lot, especially in the arts entertainment industry, have just, or maybe they've really taken advantage of using social media. But I've had, as a mom, you know, I've had the honor to look at it a different lens, and I see growth in everybody, not just the local KRUMP scene. So it's outstanding. It's amazing to watch.
Indeed.
And it's amazing to see people grow and then see the type of dance grow on different platforms.
Like, it's not only the dance that I've grown to, it's also like the music itself. Because when KRUMP first came out, like the music was like the actual quality, like and things like that was like really bad.
Yeah.
So
and it sounded sometimes like, I remember when Cecil was dancing, it would sound like some kind of like raw heavy metal or something.
Yeah, because when it comes to since I'm a producer, like I kind of like know a little bit, because KRUMP, as far as like the intensity when it comes to music, they do like pretty much are influenced by the rock genre or the heavy rock genre, but it's most definitely also grown as well. So
yeah, that's super cool. What has been one of your, I'm going to throw questions in there. I know I sent you some prep questions, but what has been one of your most memorable performances or events when it comes to KRUMP?
Oh, memorable. Okay. I have so many, but the most memorable event, I'm going to go with event because I'm going to save some of my other answers for later. But event was Uprising 3, which was held here.
Yes. I missed that was last year, right?
Hosted by Herb Johnson, yeah.
Yeah. And O.
And O. So
the original founders of Uprising. Yes.
The founders.
Herb, I'm still waiting on my battle.
The founders, Herb and O.
Yep.
That event was, sometimes it leaves me speechless, but when it comes to that event, that's what KRUMP's supposed to be.
Yeah.
You know, like they made everything pretty much free. workshops are like dirt cheap, $5 each.
Yes.
And it was 3 workshops.
Yes. I'm sad I missed it.
No,
I was in
it was
Chicago.
more than 3. It was like 5.
It was 5 workshops.
From some for one veteran, Miho, Miss Prissy,
Yes, I
which you
remember.
never see.
Yeah.
And that was also amazing because a lot of people learn from men, but like seeing a women's side of how KRUMP goes, like it's also a journey. Beast, everybody knows Beast. Solo,
Nice.
Bruiser, it's just a lot. And all those classes were just $5. So.
Okay, don't make me cry. Because I actually was in Chicago for that event.
Yeah.
For Chi-Town party weekend. And yeah, I was so sad. But I did end up cooking food for everybody and sending some food the Friday.
Yeah,
so.
the food, like it felt like home. Like it was
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
Like it was so down to earth.
Yeah.
Like very local. You know, people didn't act like up here. Like everybody
Yeah.
was
Humble. Yeah. Minnesota's KRUMP scene is like that. Like you guys travel together, you stay humble. I rarely see any drama because I be watching and I be listening to the FaceTime calls. And I'm really proud of you guys for that. Is there going to be an Uprising 4?
I hope so.
I hope so. I hope it's not conflicting with my schedule. We actually probably should reach out and find out from the founders, right?
I know Herb got some plans going on, but
Yeah.
I can't.
You can't tell.
I can't say
Hush.
nothing. So
Yeah.
But yeah.
Did you battle at that event?
Yeah, I actually did the tournament, but usually when it comes to events and stuff, or like usually I am battling there.
Yeah.
This time I wanted to
Take it in.
be in the back, you know, just help out with like setting up and stuff. But
Yeah.
you know, I was encouraged to hold it down for the city, but you know,
Yeah.
I didn't make. I was actually during that time for some reason, big mistake. I didn't eat or drink anything that whole day.
I think, no, it wasn't just you though, because I feel like there was an event where everybody, I remember like everybody crashed and it wasn't COVID, like, right? Like, and then I looked at Cecil when I came home and I was like, and he's like, Mom, we just went hard. And I was like, should I have
Cecil
packed
too?
snacks or like?
Oh man, me and Cecil was
Yeah.
just like yo, like
Yeah.
what are we doing?
He was, when I came home from Chicago, it was like he was a zombie. He was just like out of it. And yeah.
Me and him was holding it down, you know, cause you know how we do is, when we hold an event, other people come from different cities.
Yep.
And we gotta try our best to show that resistance, so they're not just coming
Yeah.
over here and just wrecking
Yeah.
stuff. So, me and Cecil was holding it down,
Nice.
but we only gonna hold it down for so long,
Yeah.
especially with like low fuel. So.
Yeah. So nourishment is important anytime you're performing. I know when I'm on stage hosting, I have to have water, tea, some granola bars, all of that.
Of course.
We're going to come right back. My name is Trinny Cee. I'm the host of Hip Hop Nation, and I'm here with the one and only Stain, KRUMP dancer, hip hop dancer, producer, and graphic designer. We'll be right back.
You're here with Ray Pressure, and whenever I'm in town, I watch Hip Hop Nation on First World TV.
Hi, welcome back. My name is Trinny Cee, and I'm here with the one and only Stain, hip hop KRUMP dancer, producer, graphic designer, Northside.
Know what I'm saying?
Amazing young king coming up.
Of course.
Good friend of the family. So I'm so grateful that you're here. What we're trying to do this year with Hip Hop Nation is focusing on the up and coming talent within the Twin Cities. Anything connected to hip hop, music, the passion, the love. What sets you apart from other dancers?
It's actually a really good question. What sets me apart is who I do my dance for.
Yeah.
For all you guys that don't know, I'm a Christian, and a lot of the stuff I do is to glorify the Lord, and
Amen.
not only to glorify, but to also let Him be Lord over my life at the same time. So I don't do anything without His say so.
Thank you.
So I believe that that's what sets me apart from a lot of other dancers. I'm not saying that people don't do this,
Right.
but I am saying that I don't believe it's that common.
So it's at the front and center of everything.
Yes,
Yeah,
the front and
that-
center of absolutely everything.
And that it should be from the time we wake up. Hallelujah. Yes. Tell me about some of your greatest, and we talked a little bit about this, but milestones and or accomplishments that come front and center to you.
Oh, okay. First and foremost, going to the Mecca of KRUMP. and actually crumping with the creators.
And Mecca is Cali?
California.
What part of Cali? Was it Compton? Or is it?
That much detail I don't know, but
Okay.
I'm pretty sure it is Compton.
Yeah.
But I went there for like a week at the beginning of last year in January.
Nice.
So, you know, battling like a vet down there too, and just like sessioning with like Tight Eyes, Miss Prissy.
Nice.
Like it was crazy.
Yeah.
I'd never experienced anything like that when it comes to krump.
Yeah.
And when I did do that, that set like a whole different bar.
Yeah.
For like where my krump can go, and like it just made me want to work harder in what I do.
Well, and it's also like being in the space with Whitney Houston or you know, or Prince, because again, for so long it was an underground thing, and now you know, Miho and Krump are on international stages with Beyonce and all these big artists and in videos and stuff. So the fact that you can even be in the same space, and they still act regular, humble, like nothing changed them.
Yeah, that's
what's amazing to me. If you can be in this industry and not be swell-headed 5, 10, 15, 20 years later, then you're going to be in this industry 40 years later.
Exactly. Another milestone is just recently Tamelo Coupe.
Yep.
She did a performance recently, and I actually, for the first time ever, produced an entire track for a dance piece.
Really?
So
You're gonna have to
produced it from scratch too. Like it wasn't like just a whole bunch of samples. Like I actually like made the sounds and stuff. So I also consider that a huge milestone because
nice. Congrats.
You know, I always like limited myself to krump music, and then this is like the first time I actually like branched out and let it be known to the public. So
cool. That's outstanding. Is it on social media yet, or YouTube or anything? Or?
No, but
okay.
Mel is cooking up something, but so you guys will see it.
Yeah, Mel was on our show last year, so big up all the females that are out here doing stuff and continuing to grind, because we know how hard that can be as a woman in this industry. Tell us again now, what age did you start dancing?
I was actually a junior in high school, so I was like 16. Yeah, I was 16. Yeah,
nice.
I was 16.
Nice.
So.
And then what high school did you go to?
I actually went to Patrick Henry.
Oh, nice.
And that's also over north.
Over north, yep.
My whole life was over there.
Yeah.
My entire life.
Yeah.
So.
What is like your favorite eating spot on the north side? That's a hard one. And so many have come and gone too.
Yeah.
Yes, I know. Like so many of the good ones, like Elamine, you know, he used to have a good fish house. But
yeah, a lot. Cause even I went over there recently, and like a lot of places were like closed.
Yeah.
Or just like completely missing.
Yeah, because of COVID. Yeah.
You know, when I was actually growing up, my mom didn't allow me to like eat out like that.
I know.
She kept me. I was very athletic growing up, so she kept me away from snacks. She told me to eat my fruit.
Yeah.
And every once in a while, I should take it to like
and
McDonald's
eat everything
or
on your plate. Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
And she would also like just like, you know, make us eat food even if we didn't want to eat it.
Yeah. Shout out to moms, because I think that's why my sons are a little bit so bougie when they go out to eat, because we cooked all different types of food at home. They both know how to cook, as well as like the cleanliness thing it was just different. Like 3-part, like wash, rinse, bleach, like all of that.
Really?
Like, yeah. Cause
wow.
I was in the industry, the restaurant industry, so you had to do those food handling
that
classes.
That makes so much sense.
Yeah. So
that makes a lot of sense.
But also now when time comes, like y'all can survive on your own, even if it's just making something basic like fruit on a plate, you know?
Yeah, and I'm happy she kept me away from snacks and stuff too, because as I got older, my craving for snacks is just
went through
gone.
the roof. Yeah.
Like
well,
I don't really eat snacks like that.
That's good.
Yeah.
I've kind of toned it down too, but my snacks again, fresh, whole grains, fruit, vegetables. Yeah.
I need to make fruit my snack.
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah. I think that's an interesting thing to talk about, because recently we've lost so many people, not only within our local scene, but so many amazing hip hop artists, pioneers, and young ages, and it's their health. It's diabetes, it's kidney failure, it's high blood pressure. And that being on the road life, you know what I'm saying? So similar to what you just said earlier, like you're doing that big event uprising and you do not remember to take care of yourself during the event. Prior to the event, you're conditioning, you're training, you're learning, you're like, I'm gonna go hard, but then you're like, oh, I only brought 1 bottle of water, or I didn't bring some coconut water. And so I mention this almost on every show. Please make sure to incorporate self-love because we only got one life. And they're putting more and more crap in our food. You know what I'm saying? And
that's
more and
very
more
true.
genetically modified stuff that goes into our food. So we already have things set against us, right?
And Herb Johnson, he always
Yeah.
drills me on eating right. Sometimes
Yep.
I would say, yeah, I ate some McDonald's. He would look at me funny like,
What?
you still eat that trash?
I'm like, the M word?
I'm just like, yo, okay.
I've learned to cook for them because they are vegan.
Yeah.
So, and then it's not hard to do within the West Indian culture because a lot of our food starts out with fresh vegetables and herbs and seasonings, and then you can add protein after. So they keep us all, even at home, they keep us all up to date on what's good and what's not good for
Very
our
true,
bodies.
very true.
Yeah. Like I learned the other day, this new protein bar that's out. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't.
Yeah, I'll find out the name from Cecil, but he had me grab it from the store. I was like, he's like, it's plant-based.
Okay.
But we'll be right back. My name is Trinny Cee. I'm your host for Hip Hop Nation. And again, I'm here with the one and only Stain from the North Side, hip hop dancer, producer, and graphic designer. One love.
Hi, this is Mel, aka Lady Stain, and when I'm in town, I love watching Hip Hop Nation on First World TV.
Welcome back. My name is Trinny Cee. I'm your host of Hip Hop Nation, and I'm here with the one and only Stain.
How you guys doing?
How you doing?
Great.
Yeah?
Lovely morning.
It is a lovely morning. We're blessed to be alive.
Yes, ma'am.
So, in general, how are you handling challenges, especially in the last couple years as a man of color in the Twin Cities with all of the horrible violence against our black men and women? How are you dealing with adversity and challenges currently?
As a black man, or just as a man in general, I see the challenge and I don't succumb to the negativity that comes with it.
Say it again.
I just look at the challenge and
Yep.
then I trust God, and then God just helps me through the storm and not eliminate the storm.
Mm-hmm.
So he gives me the strength I need, and he just keeps me pushing.
Mm-hmm.
So I just keep being me, and then whatever happens, happens, and
Right.
whatever doesn't.
Right.
So at the end of the day, I just do whatever I need to do when the time comes.
And I be reading some of your posts on social media. You're not alone with the stuff that you go through, but I love that you have started sharing a little bit more personally about what you're going through, because there's a million other people that will see that and feel like they're not alone. So I like to use social media for a space to educate people on mental health, health, opportunity, any type of free events or events that are going on. I don't just use it to go on there and take a selfie or whatever. So kudos to you for using your space to let people know that you're human, because so often they want us to be superficial.
Yeah,
right?
that's very true.
Yeah.
I used to be against social media. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
I used to not care about it much, but God put it in my heart to be more open with people, because a lot of people know in this community I'm very
Yeah.
to myself.
And that's okay.
And because that's just only because of where I grew up.
Yep.
You kind of had to be that way.
Yep.
But I'm trying to be more open and be more transparent.
Yeah.
So people can understand and see God's goodness, because my heart used to be super corrupted. And if God can change my heart, he can change everybody else's too.
Right. And there's so many of our youth that are going through things, that might not have a support system. It's again, when I say about the KRUMP scene here, it's a huge family.
Yeah.
Even when I come around, it's Mama Cautions, but literally they all know who I am.
Yeah.
And it's not just because of what I do in the scene, but and it's amazing because, again, I hear the conversations. I remember there was something that came up with the COVID before the holidays, and everybody was really concerned because they had went to a battle or something. And I'm sitting there and I'm hearing, and I'm taking Cecil to work, just the stress and the support and the, just everything. And to me, it was this is outstanding. First of all, to have youth so aware, young people so aware of how, if they had COVID, it could affect everybody in their health and their job, but just how transparent and open you guys were with the conversation, and how protective how protective you guys were of each other and what's next. So
Yeah, we are very protective of each other.
Continue to do that.
Especially when we go out of state.
Yeah, continue to do that. I years ago started using social media to educate people on my ex-husband's renal failure journey and what it was as a caregiver. Not really to put him out there because that's a violation, but just what it was to be a caregiver of somebody who was on dialysis, somebody who, you know, was dealing with a bunch, and then a super mom at the same time. And people at first thought it was like, oh, why are you on there for a pity party? Nah, man, let me tell you. There's so many health conditions that we as Black people deal with, even something like high blood pressure or diabetes, where there's no information. There's nothing for us as a community. So use that space to keep people engaged and to share. Tell me, what is one of your dream collaborations?
Funny thing is, I actually don't have one. Only because, like, the way I grew up, I never grew up really having, like, dreams, per se. So I never thought about a dream collaboration. And I'm also at the point to where, like, you know, since I'm letting God just be Lord over my life, like, I just go where he takes me.
Well, and he's probably your main collaborator, right?
Yeah. For sure.
He's one of mine.
He's my main collaborator.
Yeah.
So when it comes to a dream one, I don't have one because I got one currently.
Right. That's awesome. Where people are trying to find you, how can they find you if they want to find out more about the KRUMP scene, hip hop, producing, graphic designer? How can people find you?
People can find me on Instagram. Here, let me explain my Instagram because
we'll share it as well too. Okay, so we can share it at the end.
So stain, and the I is replaced with a 1, and with a hyphen. Is that what those things are?
Yep.
And I think I got like 3 of those.
Got it.
So, but you can find me on Instagram. You can also find me on Facebook at Edward Nehemiah Lucas. And yeah, that's pretty much it for right now.
Yeah.
I am conjuring some more social media. Yeah. So I'm not a social media person, but I am conjuring currently.
Well, and if you're going to do that graphic design and producer work, it's going to be.
I have to.
Yeah, it's going to be, do the website that integrates with social media. So it'll hit your website, but still hit your social media because pretty soon it's going to be about monetization.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right now I'm focused on like leveling up my skill, but eventually it's going to be about throwing my stuff out there.
And tell me a little bit, we have couple more minutes. Why graphic design? Like what are you doing when it comes to graphic design?
Graphic design, because when it comes to my very first art form or art medium was drawing.
Nice.
So I used to draw like little characters, like anime characters, or like draw like a lot of like cartoon characters like Sonic. I used to draw Iron Man a lot too, and then I just started to like branch off into abstract art or like realistic art. Okay. So yeah, that's where, and then eventually I was like, oh, you can put this stuff like online and do like cover photos and stuff like that. Like so that's where the dream of graphic designing came from, because that was like actually my first dream ever.
Nice.
Is to be a graphic designer.
Awesome. So any shout outs you want to give?
Shout out to Mel, first and foremost. She was the one that mainly put me on the theater scene in the MN.
Nice.
In the Twin Cities dance community. Also, shout out Herb. He's a great mentor, friend, brother.
Yes.
And he always there when you need him.
I call him the Godfather.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He pretty much is.
Yeah.
Shout out All Day Studio.
Yes. I'm sad they're
and
closing.
The staff.
Yes.
Yeah. Unfortunately.
So close to home.
They most definitely gave me the opportunity to do what I love, which is teaching. I love teaching. And shout out to the Densetsu crew. And that means legend.
Nice.
In Japanese.
Nice.
And they've been my friends since like day one, and they always pushed me to like grow and just be a better dancer, period.
Awesome. So it's been an honor to have the one and only Stain here with us on Hip Hop Nation. My name is Trinny Cee. Thank you for joining us. It's been an honor to be in this space. One love.
I'm Edward Nehemiah Lucas, a.k.a. Stain. And whenever I'm in town, I watch Hip Hop Nation on FIRSTWORLD TV.
Hi, welcome back. My name is Trinny Cee. I'm your host for Hip Hop Nation today on this lovely day. And it's an honor, a lovely honor for me to have a female artist in the building, because I love putting our females on here on Hip Hop Nation. So, welcome. Tell everybody who you are.
Hey, how you doing? I'm Pressa. I am a local artist here in St. Paul, Minnesota. I'm just here to, catch a vibe and let you know what's happening with myself.
Right. And so, real quickly, what type of music do you perform?
Hip hop music, rap. I sing a little bit too, so
Yeah.
I might add that in the mix.
Nice. How long have you been doing music?
I would say about 2 years.
2 years.
2 years, yes. This year I'm really about to start pushing it harder. And I started off with poetry at first, so
Nice.
just decided to go a little further.
Okay. Why hip hop? Why did you decide to go in that genre of music?
I feel like it just fit me. Starting with poetry and branching off from that, I thought it would be the best genre, to relate to myself and articulate what I want to say.
Yeah.
And, put in music and put on the beat. And so, yeah, that's why.
Is there any female out here in the game that right now that gives you some inspiration, whether it's old school, current, and they don't have to be in the hip hop as far as music, but like really out here conquering things when it comes to a female in business in general?
Okay. Are you talking like big industry or just local? Or?
Local, big, both?
Who really honestly gives me a lot of inspiration is Flawless.
Okay.
She's from the south side of Minneapolis, and she's great at music. She started from the bottom. She's about to drop some stuff soon. And me personally, I know it's about to be some heat, so.
And what does Flawless do?
She also does rap.
Okay.
Yes.
Nice.
So she just come a long way, hit a lot of milestones.
Southside.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like there's so many women out here that are doing things, but we don't get the spotlight. So please make sure to share the information. I'd love to have the men on the show. And so what do you think it takes to keep up in the game in this industry right now, locally as a female?
Locally, I feel like consistency, being versatile as well, being able to, have songs for the ladies, songs for what you're going through, just being diverse in that area.
Yeah.
I think, but most of all, consistency.
Consistency.
Yeah.
Do you feel as a female you get the same amount of opportunities to perform, or you get the same amount of opportunities to be in a video or in somebody else's song? Or is it in the Twin Cities male-driven still?
I think it's 50-50 there. I think it's male-driven. And I also think it's about like who you know, and if they're taking what they're doing serious,
Right.
And you guys match the same energy. So I think it's about 50-50 here in the Twin Cities.
You know how to overcome the male-driven part, right?
Yeah,
we just do a full takeover.
Just saying. We can do that too. We can do that too.
A full takeover and say, you know what, you guys can pay to get in.
Yep. Listen, we rule the world.
Yeah, we do. We really do. And I speak on it all the time, but we are totally, a lot of times discredited. We're not given our shine until the last minute. Or we're looked at it as a female. When you say, oh, I got so-and-so, we're looked at it in a different light and not like we actually can perform and do the work. 9 times out of 10, we're 10 times better than a lot of them guys that are out here. So
I agree with that.
Yeah.
I definitely agree with that. We're definitely more of lyricists. A lot more meaning.
A lot more passion.
A lot more passion.
Right.
And taking it serious in general. So I definitely agree with that.
Has the current climate, and I don't know if you've been here unfortunately when Philando got murdered, but even most recently with George Floyd, Dante, right, and most recently Amir, has the current climate of police brutality and the murders influenced your music in any way, form, matter?
I would say, some of my unreleased music, it definitely has influenced some of my lyrics. And you guys will hear that once I drop some music soon, and I'm excited to do that.
Right.
But it's unfortunate, you know what I mean, that we have to go through that and endure all that. But at the same time, trying to look at it in a positive aspect. We're gonna take what is and turn it into to something more powerful,
right,
and put it in our music.
Yes.
And I think that's a great thing to do,
right,
because of, a lot of us, we talk about, how we feel in general. So why not talk about that?
right.
So.
And unfortunately, like, good out of the bad situation. I'm really admiring seeing how the young people are coming front and center to just take ownership and use their social media platforms to just let people know, like, we're not putting up with certain things. You know what I mean? We deserve to be treated right. And this is how it's gonna be. Like, no matter what y'all say, like, the last couple of weeks I've watched so many people 30 and under just really do what they need to do to let, those that are decision makers, know that y'all are here and y'all are using your voices for change. So I think that's important. I always ask people, I know myself being connected to the Caribbean scene, a lot of everyday life goes into how we create music, when we create music, what kind of content goes into our videos. So the reason I ask that is because, sometimes you have inspiration, sometimes you're gonna cry, and it's just very challenging times here in the Twin Cities. So I like to know how people are dealing with it. The gentleman that was on before you said the same thing, using it in a positive light, and remembering for him it was God, that God is front and foremost and his biggest collaborator, and he's going to continue to be positive with it. What would be one of your, like, future collaborations if you could do with anybody? Who would you want to collaborate with?
I would say right off top, maybe Mozzie.
Okay.
Mozzie. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mozzie, just because he has a push on the West Coast, and he's a big figure, and I think that we can reach a lot more people in that aspect, because he's from probably the same type of area I'm from.
Nice.
All
right. Once again, my name is Trinny Cee. I'm here for your host with Hip Hop Nation, and I have the honor to be in studio with the one Ray Pressa. I said it right?
Yeah.
Yes, like pressure bus pipe, Ray Pressa. We'll be right back here on Hip Hop Nation.
Hi, this is Mel, aka Lady Stain, and when I'm in town, I love watching Hip Hop Nation on First World TV.
Hi, welcome back. My name is Trinny Cee. I'm your host here on Hip Hop Nation, and I have a lovely female artist in the studio. I get real excited when the females are here. The one and only Ray Pressa.
Hey, how y'all doing?
Yeah, welcome. So, tell us, like, what do you got coming up as far as projects?
Well, I have some unreleased music, so I'm looking forward to doing that. So be on the lookout with that. A small little snippet of what I want to give you guys for the upcoming summer.
Summer's almost here. Yes, finally.
Yes, I love it. It's a great season to shoot some videos as well. So I'm looking forward to doing that.
Yeah.
Juneteenth is it's coming up as well here in June. So
it's a national holiday finally. Hopefully.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I do pop-ups every year. I've been doing that since right before George Floyd. So that'll be my 3rd annual. So I'm looking forward to doing that as well.
Pop-up of different business products you have? Yep.
Yeah, so it's called the Black Business Pop-Up Shop.
Okay.
And it's just basically 20 to 50 vendors that I have. And,
nice.
They come through, so.
Cool.
Yeah.
And is that in St. Paul or Minneapolis?
It can be either or.
Okay.
I started in St. Paul.
Yep.
And I love to give back, so, the kids eat for free and bouncy house and all that.
Nice. So an entrepreneur as well.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
Diversified.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
If you had to give honor and glory to your favorite hip hop female artist of all time, internationally, nationally, who would that be?
Missy Elliott.
Missy Elliott?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Missy
and
Elliott.
again, she's not just an artist,
right.
A brand, the videos, everything.
Yes.
Yes. Irreplaceable, dynamic.
Listen.
Overcomes illness.
I love her.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's an inspiration.
Yeah. I pray she never ever goes anywhere. And I feel like a lot of people don't even know how much she's done and how much she does. They just see her on the camera and it's like, oh, it's Missy Elliott, but
that's how you know she's doing a lot.
Yeah. She's heavily invested in the A to Z process of her work. She's just not like, I'm going to get up and perform, I'm going to sing Betty's song. She goes from the A to Z, like how the look is, how the makeup, how the outfit, how the video production is going to be done, where it's going to be done.
Yeah, she's dope. She's creative.
Right.
She's all that in one.
Yeah.
For sure. But that's when you know people are doing the most and doing what they're supposed to be doing is when you don't see them a lot. You know. So
right.
I know she's working and she has a lot going on, and I love the diversity that she has and brings.
And I would say, again, I started out as a performer in the industry. If you're going to be in this industry, learn the A to Z. Number one, it's going to save you a lot of money. But number two, it's going to make you so more well informed on how you want your look to be, how you want to build your brand, when you want certain things to happen. Do that research because it's forever changing, especially with social media and technology. But there's a lot of stuff that the pioneers have done that we could learn from that would only make us better. And they're not here to be in history for no reason, right? But I've had the honor to learn this industry from, and I'm still learning, from top to bottom, what it is to plug a light in, what it is to turn sound on, what it is to print a flyer, and more so, number one, I was trying to save money, but I was also trying to make sure and respect the people that were doing the work. So when they came and let's say Red Sea had no sound, I could be like, oh, go back there, turn this button on until the engineer got there, or don't turn it on. Do you know what I mean? To protect the energy and the space that was there. So I would say if you're going to be in this thing, learn that 360 perspective. Like you said, you're an entrepreneur, you're learning how to build your brands and learning how much it costs and budget and how to give back. And that's really important. I think that will extend your lifetime out here in different ways and not just like, the music industry can be so here and now in a second, heartbeat, right?
Right.
If you had to give advice to females specifically that are trying to dabble or enter into the rap game, hip hop, what would some of that advice be?
I would say to, like I said before, come hard, be consistent, but believe in yourself.
Say that again?
Believe in yourself.
Right.
Believe in yourself, because when you believe in yourself, you give off that energy,
right.
and that energy comes back to you, tenfold. So believe in yourself, and who's for you is going to be for you, and that music is just going to keep getting better.
Right.
It's just going to keep getting better as long as you are being consistent and putting your passion and your love into it, putting your passion and your love into it, you know what I'm saying? So that's my advice.
Do you feel social media is a plus for you when it comes to branding your talent, your potential appearances, or do you feel like it's against you? I hear different things when I do interviewing, like, do you use it a lot to leverage, or are you one of those people that are like still out there word of mouth, passing out flyers?
I honestly think that, the word of mouth is way better.
Right.
The social media, you can only push it so far. And social media is also an investment. So I'm, to the newcomers, I would say that are trying to go hard and they're trying to get their money up and stuff like that. Word of mouth travels, especially when you're putting your passion and your love into it. Word of mouth is gonna travel because they're gonna get that energy in person.
Right.
And when they get that energy in person, it means so much more.
Right.
So other than that, I feel like social media will be good for once you start getting that leverage and you can push it with the money, because it definitely does take a couple of bucks to do what you got to do in the industry as well. So
you're one of them classic females. Get out there, brand yourself, push it. Yep. Yeah.
So that's
it's missing. Like people put out all these events right now too, and it's like, oh, somebody's gonna come to my show, but all they're doing is IG or FB, and nobody shows up.
Right. You gotta put in the footwork and the real footwork. The real footwork, and I think I learned that as well from being an entrepreneur. So when they say, well, the coordination you learn from one sport can help you with another sport. So learning to put your eggs in more than one basket is also good for the music industry.
Right.
You know, not only just to push it, but things that you'll learn,
right,
you know, from that sense and bringing it over.
And it's about building relationships, especially here in the Twin Cities, because we are not a city that really builds, and I'm praying that changes, you know, and we start unifying. And again, maybe it's going to take the women to show that, because that's what we do as women. But yeah, I'm praying that people just start to, you know, it's okay to move your eggs around, you know what I mean? And it's okay to have eggs in St. Paul and Minnetonka and brand yourself and collaborate, you know?
Is.
As long as their brand is on the same level, if not better, right?
Right.
We're going to be right back. Again, my name is Trinny Cee, here as your host for Hip Hop Nation with the one and only Pressa.
Yo, my name is Destiny Roberts, and when I'm in town, I watch Hip Hop Nation on First World TV.
Hi, my name is Trinny Cee. I'm here for your host as Hip Hop Nation with the one and only Pressa.
Hey.
With two females, we're getting ready to do a takeover.
You know.
Yeah, so we are honored to have the space. Coming back, tell me some of your milestones and or accomplishments since you've been out here as an entrepreneur, aka artist.
Well, I would say my two businesses. I have on here, and then my other business is health and wellness. So I would say over the last couple of years, I've had a lot of accomplishments with my health as well, which is my passion. So I turn it into something that, you know, I can also receive.
Right.
And so, yeah, and with the music that I've written in between time, and I've been able to get that out as well as I, you know, push my brand and things like that, as well as my pop-up shops. So those are some great accomplishments, you know, that I've reached.
How old are you, may I ask?
I'm 28.
Oh, let's do it.
Yeah,
you're going to be one of them 30-year-old earners that are like making billions, right?
Yes.
Claim it.
I'm already there.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I speak to that higher self every day.
Amen.
Like, how you doing?
Right.
Where we at with it?
Right.
You know?
And that's another thing too, is putting yourself front and foremost center to accomplish those dreams and not give up on it. I used to, and my kids now think I'm crazy, I used to write my dream of the year on one of the mirrors in the basement. Wow. And then they were like, is that Bloody Mary or something, Mom? And it was like, no, it's almost like my vision board. But, you know, even if it was like to walk more, I'd write it. So when I went down there and I was getting ready, because I'll do a load of laundry or something in the morning, I'd be like, oh, yep, that's my dream, or that's my goal I'm going to accomplish. So, and I love a good lipstick, so I still do it. I just do it different. Tell me, in general, any challenges that you've had in the last couple of years as far as entrepreneur artists? Besides COVID.
Besides COVID,
which is
because
huge.
that would be the number one.
Yeah.
But it didn't stop much. But
right.
You know, it still was challenging working through it.
Right.
I would say, any challenges over the last couple years? Not as many as I thought there would be.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
right?
I'm gonna be completely honest with you, and I think that's a great thing, because we all go through challenges. We definitely do. I've been through some challenges, but over the last couple years, I think one challenge. No, let me back that up. One challenge I would say is, once I started my businesses and had my music, I didn't know how to balance it.
Right.
And that's why I started to say that I have to push it this year, for real.
Yeah.
I really have to push it this year. Yeah. My businesses are already successful.
Right.
And so now I can just go ahead and implement that in there.
Right.
And take off.
Right.
So I'm excited for that.
Right. Mm-hmm. And balance fits into your health and wellness business, right? Mm-hmm. So I think COVID has really taught me balance. Prior to COVID, I was a workaholic. I used to be like, what is my addiction? What is my addiction? Mm-hmm. I'm a workaholic. I would work 20 hours in a day. I'd work 2 regular jobs, come home, shower fresh, feed the kids, go to a basketball game, and then I'd be out here in the streets promoting. And thanks to COVID, I couldn't put on shows anymore and events, and jobs changed, and it gave me the time to do that balance and that health and that wellness. Mm-hmm. And if you all didn't do that during COVID, you missed the buck, because if you didn't get some form of self-alignment and some form of like I want to do this in the next 5 years, you know, I think, yeah, you missed the mark because you should have had a lot of time because things were shut down to engage in self, right?
Yes.
Right.
Definitely agree. You know, it's all about your journey, and your journey is going to dictate where you go. But I think this is the year for everybody to just come up out of their shell and really go hard. And hopefully, like you said, they did the work over the time. And aligning with themselves and what they need to do next. So I've learned a lot. You know, that's why I know now my business is gonna thrive even more than it has, and my music.
Right.
Because I'm at a new state of mind. You know, I'm just for my well-being right now. You know, I'm not in a relationship, so I'm just excited to see. You know, how far I go by myself. And, and you know, with everybody else on my back, too.
Nice.
You know?
I like how you said that.
You know.
It's like you by yourself, but you're not by yourself.
Right.
Yeah. Those ones that have been there in the trenches with you, right?
Of course.
It might be just a couple, but that's okay.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yes. But I love my community.
Yeah.
I love
my community too, though.
Man.
Somebody asked me the other day, like, do you feel like you're appreciated by your community? Like, why do you keep on doing things and something like this, where it's volunteer? And I'm like, I appreciate myself.
Right.
And the fact that I even give somebody an option to even be exposed to 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 people, God put me in this space for a reason. I love my community, so what else am I supposed to do?
Right.
It can't always be about the dollar, right? It also has to be about reinvesting in each other, which is priceless, right?
Right. I agree with that 100%. I think a part of you know, the struggle is not being aligned.
Right.
So like you were saying, when you're aligned, you don't even have to chase nothing. It just comes to you.
It falls in your lap.
It just falls in your lap.
Sometimes you're like, oh, I actually got to refuse it. That's what I've been doing a lot lately.
Yeah.
Or, you know what, I'm sorry, that just doesn't work well with me, but I know somebody else that it'll work well with. I've done that a lot in the last year. Last summer I worked way too hard. And I was like, I can't do that this summer. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, I didn't even get to enjoy my summer. It was worth it. It was for my community, but it's okay to say no.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
Or yes, but no in a different way.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, I can't do this, but I could do this.
Look, improvise.
Right. Because women, we do so much.
We do.
You know, we cook, we clean, we run the business, we set up shop, you know, come home, take care of our friends' needs. So, on that note, we got a minute left. You want to give some shout outs, some what I call in my community big ups?
Yeah, I definitely do. I want to give a shout out to TS over there at the Village. You know, I started a lot of stuff over there. I had a lot of open mics and stuff over there, spoken word. So I appreciate him. I want to give a big shout out to Arlene at Willards. She pushed me and helped me through a lot of stuff too in my life and milestones. Flawless, of course. Lena Ray, I want to give a shout out to her. She's another artist, local artist. Carson Blue, she's dope.
Nice.
Shout out to her. Let me see, AK, you know, it's always
They
love
got
with
the
AK.
homie AK?
Yeah. You know, I started doing shows there too on Wednesdays night, lady night. So.
Yeah, that's the cuz. So, yes, thank you, AK, for all your hard work.
Yes, we appreciate you. We appreciate you.
We're giving you your flowers now.
For sure.
Thank you for joining us. My name is Trinny Cee. I've had the honor to be here with Ray Pressa and Ensign.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey.
Holla back.
Yeah.
Holla back.
Cow. Hey.
This the mix.
Fear not, you heard me say I got this. Remember every time I talk shit and then packed it up and acted up and lost my chips? Well, fuck bad vibes, stay optimistic. Tell me this can't hit the populace quick. Tell me black sheep won't fly, imitators won't fly, radios won't pop to this shit. Take the world, then the universe lake is just a pearl. On the grand scale, she's just a girl and I'm just a man who love to stay but adjust the plans. Just a chance a nigga make it. Just enough, I take it all. Blast up a big loaf, break it off. Can't walk to the sky if you're afraid to fall, my nigga. Fear not. Hey, looking like victory. Fear not. Looking like victory. Hey, fear not. Hey, looking like victory. Soon we'll be the Thundercats. Like, keep that under wraps, but don't blow. Let them think that we'll go broke. We fear not, because we know 50s are stacking, my singles rising, Benjamin spilling all over the floor. Plant big laurels, trees galore. Then snatch these labels up by they throat. Claim I'm more than they can afford unless they pay me for each note. And if I'm inclined to sign that dotted line, you know I hand out more than hope. Becoming colossal with every quote. Paint a Picasso with every stroke they fold. I fear not. Hey, looking like victory. I say fear not. Looking like victory. Hey, fear not. Looking like victory. I say fear not. Looking like victory. When fear not.
(612-377-3456). We definitely gonna have a good time today. I have this light-skinned dude in the building right now. He's called the one and only Black. Oh, the dark-skinned dude. My bad. What's up, Black?
What up with you, my dude? How you feeling?
Oh man, I'm good. If you could get close to that mic right there.
How you feeling? What a feeling. You know what I mean?
What a feeling?
What a feeling.
Yeah,
man.
something like that, right?
That's what today is all about.
That's what it's about.
What a feeling.
Okay. I see y'all rocking y'all heads with me. Y'all feeling what I'm feeling. Okay, D-Mac. You gon' vibe with me on this one, dawg? Listen. It all started when I was a little boy, while the other kids were playing with toys. I heard this beautiful sound. It came from out of my mama's living room. That's when I knew what I wanted to do. Let me express it to you. What a feeling, what a feeling. Oh, y'all, what a feeling I get when you come around me. Hey, hey, what a feeling, what a feeling. Oh, y'all, what a feeling. It's my number one love. I get when you come around me.
Hey, yo, I feel good. Cause I love her, she feel good, cause she loves me too. I love being in the studio alone with her. I love writing, composing new songs with her. I put pride in all my work, all my play, and she always hit me when I got something to say. Never ask about money nor where I stay, and she'll always be down from state to state.
What a feeling, what a feeling. Oh, y'all, what a feeling I get when you come around me. Hey, hey, what a feeling. What a feeling, oh y'all, what a feeling I get when you come around me. I can feel the blues in my soul, the hip hop in my bones, the R&B, it makes me happy and saddens me, and even the gospel. Oh, I just raise my hand, I say that I thank God for the music He gives. Oh, what a feeling. What a feeling, oh, y'all, what a feeling I get when you come around me. Hey, hey, what a feeling, what a feeling, what a feeling, oh, y'all, what a feeling I get when you come around me. I'm letting you are my first love, and I would trade it for nothing in the world. Oh, you what a feeling, what a feeling, oh y'all, what a feeling I get when you come around me. Came around me, hey, hey, what a feeling, oh y'all, what a feeling I get when you just come around me. Just in case you hear me the first time, I'm letting you know. And I would trade it for nothing in the world. Oh, you are my first. Gotta know that. Whoa, what a feeling, oh y'all, what a feeling I get when you come around me. Oh, what a feeling, oh y'all, what a feeling I get when you come around me. Gotta know it, you gotta know it, you gotta know it, you gotta know it,